And it sounds like the beauty of this also is it's across the board for everybody in bowls. It's not like almost like a top bowler, elitist bowler type thing. It's for everyone.
It definitely, that's what it was built for. It was actually at club level. And we just actually said, listen, this must work for the normal player, the club player, and then it will go towards the national level. And now with the sponsorship of the Proteas, it makes it easier to have access to the Protea or the Bowls South Africa and data and so forth, and that can make it far easier.
Great, fantastic. I just want to check with Johan quickly. Lombard, is there anything more you'd like to add to that?
No, just that people must really go and download it. It's Fair Tree Bowls Master. It's on the App Store, an iStore, and on your Play Store. So you can see it there on the screen. Go there, download it, play around a bit. You'll see the different stuff that you can do over there. You can go and click on that World Bowls Tour qualifying event. You'll see all the data here, the logs, everything. You'll even see if you go on there, the log is also separately there. You can watch it live. Any event, whether it's the PSA Masters or whatever, everything will be centralized. Yes, you can still go to YouTube and Facebook and all those things, but now it will be linked to the app. So at one spot you can go and watch anything that's live, and it goes directly to the YouTube channel. It will give you the results and so forth. Of course, we're dependent on input, so that's why we're also asking the districts and Bowls South Africa and the clubs to really put the data in. We will help with that, so they can just be in contact with us to help them to do it.
Lombard, thank you very much once again. Magnificent job you're doing, and you can never get tired of that, I'm sure, but you are. I mean, that's a fact. I mean, you're doing a fantastic job for bowls, so please keep it up.
Thank you very much. And like I said, it's so easy. As I'm sitting here, I'm actually scoring games. So while we're talking,
go.
So anybody can do it if I can do it. Okay. All of the best.
Thanks,
Enjoy.
Lombard. I'm
Thank
now
you
going to
very
hand over to Johan du Plessis, who's going to do an interview with... Are we doing it? Okay. No, it's okay. I don't mind being thrown in the deep end. Okay, so I don't think I'm wrong in saying that Lombard Barnard is becoming a legend in the game of bowls, and I happen to be sitting next to another legend in the game, in Colleen Pickth. Welcome, Colleen.
Thank you very much, Alan.
It's such a pleasure to be here, and
Absolutely.
And to talk about Colleen Pickth, the person, the bowler. I see you on Facebook, and we correspond from time to time, and I know my wife Pam is a very big supporter of Colleen. So you've just been placed on a committee.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, the SASCOC Players Commission.
Okay.
Yes, Bowls South Africa nominated. They had to give nominees, and then we were elected from those nominees, and I was elected. So yes, it's a 4-year term, and our first event, I suppose, is coming up now in April. We're going to Namibia, and it's Sonak.
Okay.
So,
all right. No,
and
no, that's
something different, something.
It's great. It's great for the game of bowls, though.
I mean,
that's the important part of it. You have somebody like yourself, and I don't know how the qualification process actually worked, but I mean, if it was just a case of choose somebody from Bowls South Africa, then I mean, you must have been there on the list. Quite honestly, I mean, you must have been top of the list.
Yeah. No, I think it's important for me, and like somebody said to me, you'll be the voice for bowls.
Good.
You'll be the representative, because we get forgotten. Bowls sort of gets moved aside sometimes, and so at least if we're represented on that committee, we can voice for bowls.
For sure.
Be a voice for bowls.
No,
so.
absolutely, and it's I think it's been the case as long as I've been involved in the game. You know,
Yeah.
it's to actually participate and compete against the other sports has always been difficult. And I mean, I know we would have spoken over the years personally, talking about the game of bowls and how do we eliminate this image that the game of bowls has got.
Exactly.
And I try to tell people that you know, no disrespect to when you drive past a bowls club, any given bowls club, maybe you get the wrong impression, because if you've played at international level, or if you participate in competitions like the nationals and the inter-districts and things like that, it's a totally different picture you get.
Totally, yeah. And I think that's why it's important to get it out there on the screens, get the people watching. I know from Potters, the people were just absolutely enthralled with just being able to see some kind of bowls, you know. So, and it's good. It's good for the game, and it's good exposure.
Yeah, well, you've brought up a topic, Potters Resort, and I mean, I've sat and watched, I don't know how many different every year watching Potters, and to be able to watch this year and to sit on the couch at home and be so proud of that performance.
Yeah.
Take us through that game.
Oh, I don't know what to say. It was amazing to firstly be there, just to be given the opportunity, and to know that you have to play Mervyn King in the first round was just like so. But yeah, I think I am sometimes a slow starter, so you know, to get into the game. But he eventually, once I made up my mind as to what I'm going to do, then it became easy, you know. But in the beginning, if you're chopping and changing, then it's, you know. So once I decided, then I felt comfortable, and then I just played my game.
Yeah, and once that game was over and you'd got that victory against Mervyn King, how did he handle that? Was he in a state of shock?
No, he was a gentleman.
Good.
Yeah, no, he congratulated me and said well bowled, and so very,
fantastic.
And even on the green, you know, he was that one shot where I was trying to play and punch my ball onto his to sit for, you know, across the head kind of thing, and even then he said, you know, great shot, you know, but it didn't work out kind of thing.
I think the one thing I picked up from Lombard and Audrey, they went over a couple of years ago when Kevin Douglas and Peter Harvey played, and the one thing that they said to me was that all those participants are, you know, so open, and they, a lot of good banter and camaraderie going on.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it's just a whole vibe there. And as much as what there's people in the arena, there's lots of them sitting outside watching on the TV. Okay. So it's not just if there's a few in the arena, there's many more outside. Okay. So there's got lots of TVs around, and everybody watches from there, you know. So, yeah. And,
I mean, you've done so much, Colleen. You've been all over the world. And I'm sure that was special.
It was. I said to somebody before I went, I mean, just firstly to be nominated by the PBA South Africa, and then to be selected out of the pool was special. And then, obviously, you know, to get a chance to play, you know, for Jerry to not, you know, being able to play, but I got the chance and I played, and it was amazing. So.
Well, I think the bonus is that the chances are Jerry would have lost to Mervyn King. So.
Well, I don't know, but
no, this is the thing Jerry and I have got going. So I'm just going to. He gives it to me. I'm going to give it back to him.
Okay, no, that's cool.
You've got to know us to understand it. But Colleen, thanks very much. It's absolute pleasure chatting with you. And keep going. Keep going through the week. Okay, I've just been told by Johan that Colleen's going to stay with us. Fantastic. Johan and I think we've spent a lot of time yesterday without a break. I know I was getting a little bit tired of him. He must be getting tired of me. Never. Okay, Colleen. Well, let's focus on the game.
Yeah. two very good, experienced bowlers, yeah,
Absolutely.
and very good bowlers too.
Oh, well bowled, Nick.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is he on the board? Yep.
It looks like, while we were talking, it looks like Jason raced. Yeah, that's the first two that Nick's picked up. He's on the board. Yeah, I was fortunate. I took a year off from Constantia Bowling Club after 40 plus years, and during COVID, without even knowing COVID was going to hit us, I decided to join Western Province Cricket Club.
Okay.
And I had one season with Cricket Club, and Nick was there, and we
Yeah.
played quite a bit together. We
Yeah.
played Western Province competitions and nationals,
Okay.
and eventually got knocked out in the quarterfinals of the pairs. But what a competitor!
Yeah, yeah.
He's-
Yeah, I know Nick from when I started playing bowls. You know, he was in Sables. He played in Sables, and yeah, also used to play, you know, in things if we could, or
a lot of bowls with Tians Fraser. didn't he?
Tiens, yeah, and Merv and Rika Lynn. Yeah, so yeah, and always a fierce competitor.
That's a great ball.
Yeah.
That's a good
Very
correction.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. So last year we were obviously streaming, playing on the same rink, and maybe were overcritical of the lines of the rink. But yesterday, as a comparison to last year, I mean, this rink was playing so much better.
Yeah.
The speed was better. I think the ditch hand wasn't such a big swinger.
Swinger, yes,
Yeah.
I remember the swinger.
And yeah, the other hand, which you had to get your line 100% right,
Yeah.
otherwise you paid
Yeah.
the price.
Yeah.
But it's better this year.
Okay. Yeah, in general, I mean, I've only played on, what's that, A?
That's A.
Yeah.
A behind us.
I only
yeah.
played in A yesterday, and superb.
Yeah.
You know, surface is good, you'll take your grass, comes back, you can play shots, you can nominate to play shots. And that's what you want on a green. You know?
Absolutely, yeah.
You don't want to be fighting the green for, could it be, maybe, yes or no. You know, so, and that, you can see by the quality of the heads.
Sure.
You know, that shows you that it's good. So
He makes the trip. He's good. Yeah, he's good.
yeah, Nick.
Another good shot from
Nick's
Nick,
weight
yeah.
control is always
Yeah.
very
Nothing,
good.
nothing can really go wrong with that delivery. It's so simplistic. And we were talking about deliveries yesterday, and I mean, I look at your delivery, also very basic, you know, almost mechanical. I mean, so
Yeah.
if you do it on the mat consistently
Yeah.
right, then
Yeah.
on the other side, it's going to more often than
Yes,
not.
Exactly. So for me, if I make sure my feet are on the same position on the mat all the time,
Right.
because from there, that's your base. So if you're going to move, yes, you do use the mat sometimes if you need to.
Sure.
But if I start off the same, and my delivery is pretty similar for my backhand and my forearm, you know. I think my dad once helped me. I used to move my arm across my body for my backhand, and then he said, no, just move it straight so that it, you know, the same, your movement is exactly the same. You're just playing two different hands. So yeah, to keep it simple from the beginning is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we were picking up on players yesterday. You know, when you look at like a Jerry Baker and you know, you keep it simple and you try and get that delivery the same all the time, and
Yeah.
and you're gonna, and that's why you know, new players come into the game, they join the club, and you know, they talk to me about deliveries, and I said, look, I mean, obviously, if you can keep it the same on the
Yeah.
mat every time,
Yeah.
you're going to win more than you lose.
Exactly.
But having said that, I mean, I've seen some weird deliveries in the
And they work.
yeah, and they work. So whatever they're doing,
Yeah.
they make it work. you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Really good start from
Yeah.
Jason.
Very good.
Looks like Jason's picked up on that swinger, and Nick is playing the slightly tighter hand.
Also, the left-hand bowlers
Yeah,
get a
get a
totally
different line,
line.
sure.
Yeah,
It's a very good
So very
correction.
good. Well bowled. And Nic opting for the tiger bowls as well, which is slightly wider than they tend to come back to the jack compared to the tiger pros that I play with.
Yeah, Peter Harvey, a clubmate of mine, also plays with tigers.
A very good bowl. Yeah. He's trying here.
And you're still involved with Henselite?
Yes. I've been teaching these last couple of, a year and a half, and I'm finishing now at the end of this term, and going to be going full time into the Henselite. You're looking forward to it. It's going to be the brand ambassador, and being able to play in tournaments, promote the brand, and
Well, it's certainly got longevity because
absolutely.
I mean, I started many years ago, and I think there were.
Oh, great adjustment there, Jason.
That's a great shot. I think you could play with Henselite or Henselite.
Yes. Yes. Black balls.
Black or brown
Black
balls.
or brown, yes. Black or brown.
How the game has changed, thankfully.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's exciting. And I think the colours and the shapes and everything they offer is so much better for the game,
I mean, we've seen over the years the difference, the bowls attire, the dress codes. And what is he?
Even the PBA shirts this year
Beautiful.
are stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. Really good.
Very unlucky result there from Nic.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has become a major event in South Africa and on the calendar, hasn't it? I mean,
Absolutely.
if you get Bowl South Africa willing to make an adjustment to the calendar
Yeah.
so that
Sure.
we can have this tournament. I mean, it's
Yeah, and it's quality bowls. It's run professionally, just like potters. Everything is looked after. You don't have to worry. You know what you got to go and do and
pitch up and play.
pitch up and play,
Yeah.
and that takes half your problems away. Well, you know what to focus on. So yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get through here on Wednesday night for that little opening.
Okay.
Were you here?
I was actually on my way.
Okay.
I finished school just after 2. I still had scholar patrol to do, and then I hopped in the car and I came straight. So I got here about 6:45.
Okay.
So I was a bit late, but I got the last end of it, where all the exciting news about the changes for next year, and it's all positive. So.
Well, that's what makes it so good, is that we're playing this tournament and they're already looking at next year's tournament. It's changes for the improvement. And I mean, to improve on something that's near perfect, I mean,
Exactly.
that's unbelievable.
And I think it's also important to get feedback once the tournament's finished. Get feedback from the players, get feedback from people and whoever, just to know, oh, listen, maybe we thought this was good, but can we change it? Yes, we can. Okay, what can we do? And then build on it, We had an interesting question about the blue jacks, that they're using, and I found yesterday playing, they get hidden in the darker coloured bowls. So a guy who's got a yellow bowl like Tony van der Poel, you can see the jack compared to his bowl, whereas our bowls, like that if you got a blue bowl, it blends with the bowl. So a guy I played yesterday, he couldn't see the jack, and because mine, it was hidden around my bowls. So all of a sudden your target becomes, so maybe something they could look at for next year, I think I understand that they couldn't see the jack on the TV rink, and that's why they changed it to the blue.
Yeah. 100% sure whether the blue jack works. Maybe people at home would like to give some feedback as to what your feelings are about it. But yeah, I fully understand that, and they did a little practice roll and asked if we could see the jack, and that we could.
Yes.
but the jack was on its own.
Exactly.
It was, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I understand where you're coming from, how difficult it can be for certain players.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at the rink next door to us here, we've got a dark blue bowl and a slightly lighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Petro playing against Fred.
Yes. Yeah. Petra and I are going to play in the pairs later on the TV rink. So. So looking forward to that against Nic and Wayne Perry.
There goes Nic.
Yeah,
on the run.
On the run, got it.
Oh, what a great shot. Oh,
still the one
still
down.
one down.
Yeah, better than three.
Yeah, two down.
Two down.
Okay.
In the ditch, maybe. Sure. That's one thing, Nic. We used to practice together, and back in the day, and he would always, see to play and practice the runs, and then try and draw with your next. Practice the run and draw with your next, because it's very difficult sometimes to do that run, and then you've got to try and draw. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. And Colleen, you actually made a point earlier on about the fact that you were at school and you had to do scholar patrol and all that sort of thing. Which I think it's worth mentioning that there are no bowlers that I'm aware of in South Africa, other than possibly Neil Burkett, that can do this job for a living.
Yeah.
Whereas by comparison, if you look at Great Britain and you look at Australia, and even maybe New Zealand, and I'm sure Malaysia have got some sort of program, because
Malaysia's, they pay them to play. Yeah. There's incentives in Malaysia if they get gold, if they get medals, if they get paid, they get houses, they get that kind of thing.
Wow.
Even though I think a lot of them are employed in the government.
Okay.
Policemen or wherever, So, yeah, well bowled, Nic. Very good. Very good bowls.
Yeah. That familiar sort of walk that old Nic has got. Strides up the green.
Yeah.
Maybe not stride, but struts.
Yeah.
Struts up the green, So that makes it a little bit more difficult, because besides the fact that when you're involved at an international level, and there's a lot of time for the various events. I know in the day when I was involved, you virtually had to pick and choose, make and not make. You've got so many tournaments, and in those days we were fortunate. We travelled quite a bit, So you've got to, do you go to Australia, or do you go to England, or do you go to African states? I mean, what a choice you've got, So you tend to pick the one, and then they decide they're not going to pick you for that one, and then you don't play in any of them,
Yes. Yeah, I was fortunate when I first started teaching that I could do all of that and play still and teach. It was not easy, and now going back into teaching, I don't know whether it was because I'm getting older or but it just became more difficult, and I had to also decide, can I play in this, can I not, because of the timing of the handing in reports, putting marks in, finalizing things, it's all based on, and I had to make my decisions, but now I'll be a little more freer.
Oh, that's good.
This next, so going to play nationals, and looking forward to.
I'm not going to bring up the topic of the gold squad.
I think
Less
all
said,
I can
the better.
say, all I can say is it's sorted.
Okay.
So that's another positive.
Okay.
So
I know my good friend Mornay Skeppers would be asking you all sorts of uncomfortable questions.
No, it's all sorted. So
Slightly under the line here. Good weight from Jace.
yeah.
It's rolling away.
Got a good line.
Well, after his first three,
Very good. Oh, very good. Second shot.
Yeah, as they say, you'll get a reputation. One ball wonder.
Yeah.
Speed 3 and looks like he's drawn the shot.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't got a...
I mean, you've played this game long enough, and I mean, you have those ends that you, for whatever reason, 3 balls go all over the show. But yet, the players at this level have that ability just to focus that little bit more,
Exactly.
whatever it takes with that last bowl.
Yeah, yeah.
And you see it regularly at this level.
Yeah.
How many Masters titles have you got, Connie?
7.
I don't know where to go after that. 7 titles, oh my word.
7. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a 7-4-7 now. 7 gold, 4 silver, and 7 bronze.
Yeah, I got a bronze once.
Yeah. Yeah, it's special. Masters is special.
It is, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to be involved in that is
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah.
at that level.
Yeah. And also, as much as the team sports are enjoyable, you know, when you're on there on your own, you've got to decide, you've got to play,
Sure.
you've got to, you know, and it's your fault if you lose.
Sure.
You can't blame it on anybody
Yeah,
else.
And
But
of the formats, singles your favourite?
Oh yes, yes, and I still enjoy the original 21 shots.
Shots.
I feel but going with the times, you've got to adapt and
Yeah, Johanna and I were talking about it yesterday, and I think people question the setup, you know, and the fact that you're playing two 9-enders, and then the tiebreakers.
Yeah.
But I think this is very much governed by potters.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and that's the reason why
Yeah.
they're sticking with it.
yeah,
And I know that Johanna's very keen to go 3-bowl pairs, and I think there's a bit of resistance
Yeah.
because potters do 2-bowl
Yes,
pairs, you know, so
yes,
they want to
yes.
keep it. But
Yes.
I fully understand the reason for the 3-bowl pairs. I think they just got to have a look at the timing because
Yes.
it obviously will
yes.
take a little bit longer.
Yes. Yeah, I think I know in having played in the indoor quite a number of years, in those days we were selected to play. So I went quite a few times, and then when Jason's been, I've been with Wayne, Ritmuller, Pierre Breitenbach, when we've been, and often I would end up second in my section and then have to play a playoff and then lose on an extra end of the tiebreak. Yet bowls wise, I had a very good tournament, and then you lose out on a medal because you're in the playoff stage, and so it wasn't always a reflection of how the tournament went.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whereas
Look at Jason. Sorry, Colleen.
No, very good bowl. Well bowled.
There you go. That 2 bowls he went through, and he was able to just adjust that and deep trouble, and he's drawn number.
Yeah. Made it difficult to... Any touch on that jack doesn't help Nic at all.
Let's follow this bowl, and then we get back to what you were saying. Is he got the weight? No, he's falling short. You'll be upset.
Oh.
You'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah. Hesitant maybe.
Yeah. I think if I watched quite a bit of the Masters, I think at one stage you were still knocking on the door there to get through to the final.
Yeah.
You're in with a shout.
Yep. I lost the one against Marizelle, my one shot. And she was unbeaten at that stage. And then going into the last game, I needed to beat Bridget, and Marizelle, she just had to, if she lost, it would have been on shots, I think.
Yeah.
And then she went and lost, and I went and lost. So, yeah, that's how I ended in bronze. And I lost to Bridget, I think, by 2 shots. So,
Marizelle in her first game took out Esme also, and then Esme turned it around and went through and won the rest of it.
Yeah. No, Esme
She was
wasn't
another
with
game?
us.
But she was in the... Oh, wasn't she?
No, Esme was in the other section.
Did Esme Kruger lose with Marisol? Lose to
She lost to somebody else in the first round.
You're talking about Marisol Rousseau.
Yes, but Marisol was in my section.
Why do I think... I know that Esme lost her first game.
Yeah,
and
I can't
obviously
remember
I'm getting
to
her
who.
confused.
She was in the other section.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Sure, close game, yeah. Well bowled, Jason.
Yeah, good start.
And that's the importance of that first bowl, getting it close, putting the pressure on from the start. Two shots.
Nick is sticking with his hand, which he seems to be... I can see from his reaction he's a little bit confused. Jason's... no, I'm not ticklish, Sean. Jason's gone onto that hand and good weight and just went slightly wider. Nick is sticking to this backhand, being a left-hander for him.
Didn't quite come back the way. Okay.
Okay, he'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, our marker is young Jason Butler, yeah? One of the younger members at Durbanville Bowling Club.
Good. Yeah, being a marker is also very important for the players, I think, especially in the singles, because that giving them accurate information is paramount.
Yeah.
You can't give wrong information, and then your shot depends on what information you get
Sure.
from the
Sure.
from the marker. So
And you've got movement restrictions also now, where in the past you could virtually after your first bowl, if you felt
Yeah.
like it, you could go. But
yeah,
to speed up the game, they've restricted you from going up
yeah,
after your third bowl, I think,
yes,
which you have to have a lot of trust in the marker.
absolutely. Yeah. Going to bend from there.
No.
Oh.
I wonder at what stage Nick will turn to the other hand.
I think sometimes when you're on the green, you want to get it right. You want to get that hand. You want to perfect it, and yet, even if you just change for one end, go to the other side and see what it. Then your mind shift is then back focus, more focus, probably going back to the hand that you have been playing.
Correct.
So yeah,
That's a good observation. It's more than likely in the players at this level, it's in their makeup. They don't want to let the hand get the better of them. I'll get you. I'll sort
exactly.
you out.
Yeah, I can.
I can do it. Yeah. I'll show you.
I want to share a story. I was playing in New Zealand in the singles, and Jessica was our coach, and she was sitting on the bank. She always used to sit with me for the singles, and I was playing the one hand and playing, and I'm not getting it, get it right, and then I don't, and I came off the green. I stood, went and had a sweet or whatever it was, and I said, oh, Jess, I can't get that hand. She said, Colleen, have you got another hand? I said, yes. She goes, well, play it, Don't think you're going to get it right, but just play it and see. And then played it, and I won.
Wow.
So just that, she wasn't telling me what to do. She was just helping me, remind me that there is actually an alternative.
Yeah.
But you get fixated with perfection, getting it right. So
Yeah, that's Jessica Henderson, who's manager coach, am I right, of the ladies?
Yeah, she was head coach
for years and years. Yeah.
Assistant coach with Tians, and then she took the reins, and very, very good good person to have in your
Sure.
box.
That's a good start from
Yeah,
Jason.
very
Something
good.
close. Nick sticking to his forehand. Seems to be playing it a little bit better in this direction, and we found that yesterday also. So there has to be some sort of difference between the direction they're playing in now, which the heads seem to be better, and
Yeah.
going back the other
Yeah.
direction.
You wonder if they didn't maybe pull the mat up a little bit from that end. No, from this end.
Yeah.
Or to play it a bit shorter, if it's doing funny things at the end there, to play it a bit shorter from this end. Let's see. I think that's also important as a player to figure out firstly what the green's doing, and pick the most
Yeah.
best hand
Yeah.
or side or whatever it is, and
I'll tell you the other concept that I quite enjoy, and I wish they change it at every level on the trial ends. Okay, we're still having trial ends here this year. I'm almost certain last year they didn't bother with trial ends because they gave every player
Yeah.
an opportunity prior to the
Yeah.
start of the game
Yeah.
to roll on that rink.
exactly.
I don't know what your feelings are, but I find that different direction, rolling up and then coming on to playing in the other,
Yeah.
is pretty fruitless.
Yeah, and I think also you can warm up in a different way. You can
Correct.
go and warm up and then get your, some people feel they need that rolling.
Yeah.
For me, I use my trial ends to
Yeah.
figure out what's going on and get a feel from there. So by being able to roll up on the rink with the mat and the jack,
Yeah.
that is your trial end, really.
Absolutely.
You don't have to go
Yeah.
go further. So
And why worry about, you're both getting advantage of spending a few minutes on the rink.
exactly.
It's not a lifetime. I mean,
Yeah.
give everybody 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't need more than that.
No.
So,
I mean, I think yesterday against Tony van der Poel, we did our roll-ups, well bowled Nick.
yeah.
We did our roll-ups and we played. We didn't even worry about the trial
Trial
ends
ends.
because we did enough roll-ups. So, yeah.
So anybody out there from Bowl South Africa? I mentioned it here in a local district Western Province meeting, and it seemed to go down well, but that's as far as it got.
Resistant to change.
Yeah. Right, next, Nick has got off to a one-shot start in this end. He obviously needs to bounce back and win this set. And Jason's also switched to this hand now.
Yeah. He's a good bowl there. Well bowled. Always there and thereabouts
Yeah.
at first bowl. Has he got the weight? Perfect line.
Not quite. Yeah.
Ball
That look-
Jason.
yeah, that could be the shot, I think. Better switch my sound on my phone off. Pam said to me, "Your phone was always ringing."
Yeah. Oh,
Well, if he
Yeah.
slipped that one, he would have been good.
yeah.
Yeah. Nick managed to snuck in there.
Well bowled, Jason.
Ah, it's brilliant.
Yeah. Changed his hand.
And, yeah,
Drew right around there. Well done.
and it makes next bowl very tricky. I think he's just having a quick look for second. Pained expression on his face.
Yeah, very serious.
Yeah.
Very focused, actually.
Got to remind him that it's a hell of a lot better than work.
Yeah. I was just going to say, if anything, Nick has that ability
Close,
to...
it gets past.
Brilliant.
Oh,
What a shot.
what a great shot.
Fantastic.
Nic Rustling, you little beauty.
Yeah.
Jason's got a little bit of a target with that level bowl now. Let's see
Yeah,
if he can
something to
reach
sit
that.
on.
Move her whites.
He's coming.
He's going to get back.
Got it. Oh, very close.
wow.
Such good weight.
Wow, unlucky. Thanks, Colleen.
Right.
Absolute pleasure having a chat to you, and we must do it again sometime.
Yes, definitely.
Maybe over a little light refreshment. or
Yes,
something like
definitely. Thanks for
Always
your time
good.
too.
Pleasure,
All
dear.
Gonna go and get ready for my game.
And good luck for the rest of the
Thank you
tournament.
very
eh?
much.
Keep it going.
Thank you.
Well, there you go, the great Colleen Pickth. Legends of the game of bowls. I'm going to fly solo for a little while. I don't know where my commentator Johan is. Great start here from Jason. Really top class bowls here today. Right, we found Johan. He's making his way back into the hot seat. Thanks, Johan. Wow, what a fantastic little commentary we had there with information from Colleen Pickth. Yeah, I just hope the viewers at home enjoyed that. We tend to focus and spoke a little bit more about, you know, what she's done over the years, and maybe not as much on the game, but we've got a great game going on here. Really good bowls. You've obviously been watching it.
Yeah, Alan,
There goes.
there goes our Ryan Bester. So I think in particular the viewers probably enjoyed the little bit of insight she gave regarding her experience at the Potter's Resort,
Correct.
her win and what it meant to her over Mervyn King, etc.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Great for South African bowls, great for the PBA of South Africa.
Nick going back on the draw after that big booming drive.
Yes, Alan, it's as Colleen mentioned, and that's testimony to what she said about
Yeah.
the way he practices.
Yeah.
Draw,
Driving,
drive.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
few players can do that with that sort of accuracy.
Yeah.
Lovely to see. Been a very interesting game, Alan. I think you'll agree with me that first set, Jason sort of dominated with his consistency, but
Yeah.
Nicky hung in there with that odd one bowl. And when it really mattered on the 8th end, when Nicky was holding 3 and getting himself back into the set, and Jason sort of rushed through with 2 bowls, Jason actually pulled off the drawing shot by bowling a front toucher, which put the set to bed. So you're going to get back to the jack.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Very unlucky.
Yeah.
Probably one down.
Yeah. And that's that's Nick just chipping away one end at a time, one shot at a time, and 3 ends gone, 3-0 to Nick. I think he knows that he's got to do something special, yeah.
Well, Alan, you know him very well. He's a fierce competitor, gutsy sort of guy that you'll go to war with,
Yep.
no doubt. He'll never give in.
Yeah, one of those special guys. I was fortunate enough, as I said to Colleen, I spent a year at cricket club and had the good fortune of pairing up with Nick, and it didn't matter where your bowls were, good or bad. He never got down. He just knew he had a job to do, and if you could help, it was great. If you couldn't, he would go down and get you out of trouble.
100%. I think the success this year, the Western Province side, I think South African Inter-District, he played a major role in boosting their confidence and morale, etc. Lots of experience.
Yeah, you were there. I'm sure when he pitched up playing second for the province side, it must have been a lot of people must have done a double take to see.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, well, ball, Jason.
Yeah, he's up.
It's amazing when you get to this level. I was saying to Colleen, and she agreed with me, that you play a rink and you, for whatever reason, you pick a hand and then you're getting the line wrong, you're getting the weight wrong, and you stick with it, and you next end you're getting the line wrong, and it's almost like you say, damn it, I can do this, man. I'll show everybody I can sort this line out and this weight out on that hand. And
Yeah, I think at this stage, just looking at Jason's game, there's no preference for the hands. He's playing them equally well.
Yeah.
He's getting back to that centre line with ease.
Yeah. They're going to come back from there.
What a wait.
No.
Is he going to get a bit of help? No.
No, well, there goes those first 3 ends picking up 1-1-1, and it's going to be neutralised in one end.
Falls back down to consistency, doesn't it, Alan?
Yeah.
And this is where Jason's become so good over the years, the consistency level. Being able to draw consistently sort of within a mat length of each other has contributed mainly a lot to his success. He's playing with a lot of confidence, no doubt.
I don't think he had any intention of getting to Nick's bowl there, but by doing it, he could pick up 4. 3.
3 shots, Al.
Yeah.
Those are the numbers you don't want to drop.
Definitely not.
Not against a champion.
No, definitely not. And that's over the years you would also know in singles, if you're going to lose the end, drop a 1.
Absolutely.
And then try and pick a multiple up. As long as you're only dropping 1, get second shot.
100%. Yeah, what a great opener from Jason.
You know, as Manuel in Faulty Tales would say, eventually. Now, I'm glad that Nick has eventually changed to that hand. You know, if nothing
Quite
else,
right.
it's going to
Quite
make it
right,
a little
Alan.
bit more difficult. He's not leaving it open for Jace.
It's good
Look at
again.
this, look at
Oh,
this.
it's good again.
Very unlucky.
Alan, it'll be interesting. You know, Jace has now won the BSA Masters, Bold South African Masters 6 times. He's gone one clear of the great Dougie Watson and Jerry Baker.
Yeah.
Be interesting to chat to him, to ask him if he's got any targets set.
Yeah.
You know, is he sort of 7 and 8 or even possibly 9 in his vision? He's, you know, I think he's got age on his side to do
Yeah.
that. He's playing certainly well enough. It's not impossible.
Definitely not. And I think
Mate.
I can almost predict his answer. You know, he's so competitive. You know, he'll be going for
Maybe
next
10.
one.
Maybe 10 is a bit too far, but certainly, you know, 7 and 8 is within his reach.
he'd more than likely say to you, look, all I'm looking at is the next one, you know, so won't be looking too far ahead. Takes 7, he looks at 8, you know, so
Yeah,
somebody like Colleen, 7 titles, I mean, 7 gold medals, I mean, that's maybe what he's got to, his next target is to jaw level with Colleen.
there's no doubt one of his major objectives will be to really win a very big one at international level. I mean, he's done exceptionally well, but to maybe pull off the big one. you know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, he's absolutely magnificent here.
Well, there you go. That's your 6-time master winner. Look at those 3 bowls.
Maybe when he practices with that mat to get within a mat length, that's a very small mat that he uses, maybe half a mat size, maybe a little car mat. I mean, that's 150 millimeters.
That's brilliant.
It's brilliant. Yeah, Nick's got a.
I think
Nick's
Nick will
got
play
a.
a shot here. I think Nick's going to play a big shot here. Come on, Nick, don't let me down. Very important that you get some sort of
Nice
result
smooth
here.
delivery there,
Yeah,
Al.
perfect.
Is he going to get back?
Yeah.
Magnificent weight.
Yeah. Now you get that close and you're 3 down.
Is that 3?
Yeah. That opens up the gap that Nick didn't need. Having lost the first set. After 5 ends, it's 6-3 to Jason.
2 grade ends, 6 shots.
Yeah.
Big swing.
Yeah.
Michiel start feeling the pressure now. It's almost becoming a do or die situation, bowl for bowl.
I think overall, this being the 5th game it's been on the TV rink, I think generally, Johan, I hope you'll agree with me, I think the quality of bowls this year compared to last year on this rink is it's like night and day. I mean, what a pleasure to commentate when people are bowling this well. I mean,
But I mean, Alan, there's no doubt the major contribution, not taking anything away from the players, the speed of the green. This TV rink is playing maybe a lot better.
Yeah.
Not that there was anything. This big swing's gone.
Yeah.
It's you know, and the forehand going up was a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
I remember from last year, but it's playing perfectly well now. There's no doubt that Jason's got an affinity to this bowling club and the greens. He feels at home. Whoever wants to win this title, and the trophy's going to have to beat him, there's no doubt.
certainly looks like it on his performance on this rink today.
Very interesting where Jason just stepped on the outer edge of the mat to give him that extra bit of bend.
You there this time? Dropped a little bit short. Yeah, I thought Nick might have to switch. Following his bowl up the green, he's got to get inside his, otherwise he gets. Is he going to be a little
might
bit
get a
lucky?
bit lucky here.
No.
Quite.
One to Jace.
Just a soft draw to the jack will be good enough.
Oh, Jason's inside. He's good. Oh, he's piling the pressure on Nick here. Have they changed the direction of this A green? They have, eh? Yes, they have. I see the A and C greens. I suppose they want to sort of not put too much strain on a green playing in one direction for 3 days, so they have the option. Obviously this green will stay the same right through the tournament. How's your weight, Nick?
It's a little bit under the line,
He's
but
under
you
the
might get a bit
line.
of help somewhere.
The ball. Well
Oh,
ball,
you
Nick.
got it.
Well
Well
ball,
done.
Nick.
Well played. That's great
That
control.
was a very important ball. Whatever you dropped there was going to be open a gap and
Absolutely, Alan. Keeps him in with a bit of a chance.
Yep.
But one feels he'll have to score on this end, Alan.
Yep.
So Jason leads 6-4 after 6. So to our new viewers that might have just tuned in, the players play 2 sets of 9 ends. In the event of it being equal, they'll go into a 3-end tiebreaker where the ends count and not the shots.
yeah, I think Nick would have worked out during the course of this game that opener is not close enough.
I was about to say the same thing. At another level, yes,
Yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
but there's
There you go.
testimony to what you've just said.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Just put it out there. It's coming back beautifully.
I'd just be under.
Oh, crushing luck.
Anyway, Alan, it's very pleasing to see one of our top players as a selector playing this well and with so much confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Makes your job a little bit easier, doesn't it?
Are you talking about? Yeah, no, you're 100%. If you can find somebody like Jason with the record that he's got and the form that he's in, must make your job a hell of a lot easier. You can almost select around him. Just under.
Lovely weight.
Another great effort. He's got the weight, he's good. He's got the weight, he's good.
Big bowl here for Nicky. If he plays the perfect shot, there's always a chance that he can pick up a double or even a triple.
Very big shot.
He's going to try and be better on his line.
Certainly reaching.
Oh, he's close, Alan. What a great effort. Jason's taking the one.
Taking the one.
Good end.
Come on, Jason. You can draw 2 inside of that, mate.
A little bit of banter between the two.
Right, that's 7-4 after 7.
What's the marker's name?
Jason Butler.
He's been very good.
Yep.
Very clear on everything.
Yep. One of the younger members at Devonmore Bowling Club, whose membership I think is touching 300. It's as we were saying yesterday, I think it's a case of three bowling greens is not enough. They've got so many members here.
If you look at the way that ball's coming out of his hand, Alan, it's just a guy that's on top of his game. He's feeling comfortable. He's putting in the hours. He's playing a lot of competitive bowls. It's almost like nothing can really go wrong.
Good start, yeah. Well, he needed that one, Nick. Well ball, mate. Well ball. Yeah, we were talking early on, and you might be a little bit more aware of the situation with our top bowlers and the fact that 99.9% of them have got jobs. And I don't know if Jason he's with Donny, isn't he?
No,
Program?
he does, but he's also, from what I understand, obviously part of the Aero team.
Yeah.
And an agent for Aero.
Hero. Yeah, okay.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, he works from within a bowls shop
At Morningside.
at Morningside.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, he does a few gigs every now and then.
Yes.
Don't know how much I don't know what he sort of gets from that.
You're gonna hold it, holds. Under. Multi-talented.
The privilege of listening to one of his gigs at Bedford View a couple of nights ago, and yeah, he's not bad. He's got a good voice. Nice entertainment.
Yeah. And he's got a passion for it also. It's he more than likely would like to do it on a full-time basis, I'm sure. I've been on trips where he's entertained us, and one-man band.
Oh, that's such a great bowl. That takes away the opportunity from Nick playing a plastic shot, sort of turning the jack over for 3.
Right.
That's a very good bowl. That's as good as a front toucher.
Yeah, I think Nick would take 2 on this end. In fact, he really needs to focus here to get that second shot, to close it up to 1 shot, playing the last end. Focus, mate. Play a big one. Strokes it away. You're going to make the trip. He'll be disappointed.
Absolutely.
Yeah. 7-5.
Resting this back bowl, you know, could well have been 3 shots. His bowl fell over as he was on the mat, so he certainly had 3rd shot.
So Nick needs a 3.
Well, Alan, needless to say, against the consistency of Jason Evans, it's that task.
You wouldn't
no
think
doubt.
so.
No.
But then
Not the
again,
way
I
Jason
didn't
is
see Esme getting 3 against Neil yesterday.
Absolutely.
Got that wrong. Change the length here slightly, a little bit shorter. You gotta find it, mate. Yeah, and as you said, Jan, it's just that nagging consistency of Jason.
And I'll back him to adjust to this length with his first bowl.
Another one close. It's no good predicting when the bowl's halfway down.
No. It was just left his hand. He's just cut his
Slightly
line.
under.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason's thinking, I'll just leave it alone and
Just slip
get one
behind.
between the two.
Absolutely, Alan.
Just take away any chance that Nick might have of picking up a multiple here.
Yeah, that's a great bowl.
Just to go from one end to the other and make that adjustment and put it in that position is not coming back. Just got to just leave it alone and match these two at the back. Yeah, and that's what he's done. No need to go close to the end now. He's started off with a cracking first bowl and now he can just play position. I mean, I don't think it's going to help Nick, but it almost looks like he needs to run the front bowl, Jason's shot bowl, onto the other bowl. And I'm clutching at straws here, but trying to put myself into Nick's position. I mean, otherwise you might as well declare your bowl.
Yeah.
And obviously you're still leaving 2 meters open for Jason to do.
Absolutely.
You've got to play a shot. Oh, he's got it.
Oh, he's made 3, I think. What a great shot.
I'm stunned.
What a great shot.
Oh, that's happening far too often here, that you think somebody is dead and buried.
It's done and dusted, 100%. What a great shot. And maximum result,
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah. Is he under?
Sure. Don't know if it's enough.
Oh, Nick fancies his 3.
3 shots.
Wow.
That's incredible.
Well played, eh?
You seem stunned, Alan.
I'm thinking of retiring. Wow, the guys are coming up with shots here. It's phenomenal. Gone for extra short here. First end of the tiebreaker. Looking good. That's a very good start. Well bowled.
Alan, the comfort that Jason's got, that whatever the result here is, it's not a decider, doesn't matter. But I just think for going forward, he'd like to win it. But certainly not a situation that he wanted to be in, because, you know, going into a tiebreak, it's anybody's game.
Yeah.
Nicky started very well here.
I think we spoke about it yesterday, you know, that third game you play when it doesn't matter. You still got to keep focus. And
Yeah. But win or lose, I think overall Jason will be happy with his performance. He's playing well.
absolutely.
So there's no alarm buttons.
No.
Oh, that's three great bowls
Oh,
from
well bowled, Nic.
Nic Rustling.
I think Nick is trying to do what his football team, Sheffield Wednesday, haven't done in a long time, and that's win a game.
He needs a
Touch.
front touch.
Yeah.
He's got to hit that centre line, just make it awkward for Jason.
Looking good.
He's got the weight. Is he going to get back to the jack? Not quite.
Bend to it. Oh, great effort. 4 great bowls.
What a time to produce them.
Yeah. Come on, you've got to predict now. It's no good waiting until the bowl's halfway down the green. What do you think? Give us a call.
Well, Donnie Pickth says don't tip, but
Who cares what Donnie Pickth says? It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Donnie.
happy birthday, Don. He's close.
1 in to Nic Rustling.
So as you know, Alan, Jason's off to the World Bowls Indoor Championships next month. And just having a quick look at the draw, the big names that sort of stand out is Jack Mashane from Australia, as well as Ross Owen from Wales.
Sounds like he's got an easy section.
The draw hasn't actually come out.
Oh.
It's just the players have been announced.
Oh, I see. This is the sort of thing you need to know, and I'll find out at some stage. But well, it's great that Jason's going there to compete against other countries, and we've spoken about this. You know, the competitiveness and playing against other nations and things like that. It's crucial.
As you know, he's obviously going over with Esme
Yeah,
Kruger, and she's got the likes of Kelsey Cottrell from Australia.
heard of her.
Yeah, very good one. Abdullah from Malaysia. Probably seen her around.
Good line here, Jace. What's your weight like? Looking good. What an opener. What an opener. After losing the first set, that's very important to get your first ball. Front toucher. You're going to get back from there, Nick? Good
Not
effort.
wasted.
Good
Alan.
effort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Nice receiver.
Good weight.
There's no doubt that Jason doesn't want to extend the width of that shot ball.
No.
Anything behind will be good.
That's what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
putting it in at the back. Found the centre line, which is good.
It's all down now to accuracy from Nic Rustling. He's going to.
Plays with similar weight, and he does get hold of Jason's ball. That should be enough to bring his one back ball. He hasn't got the weight for it. Stay on the mat, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked at his hand as if to say maybe there was a bit of a sweaty palm, but I think you're quite right. He was quick off the mat there. Jason might just look to cover these two bowls.
That's exactly what he's doing.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Great spot. Perfect ball. Close. One set all. Go to the final 3 ends. Third end of the tiebreaker.
Knowing Nicky over the years, this is the sort of game that he likes. This type of situation brings the best out of him.
That's very good. Very good start.
Certainly given it enough line. Is he up?
Not going to make the trip, is he?
Oh, just
Well, we're getting into that situation with, especially with somebody like Nic on the rink, where you can nominate the burn. So I'm sure if Nic gets into a bit of trouble,
that's a great body.
it's a very good
He's
ball.
playing both hands with such ease.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's got to be spot on now, line and weight. Not much room for Nicky. Certainly give it the line, just coming up short again.
Yeah, look, we get into the prediction situation again, but he's made it very difficult for himself. I mean, I thought he would have had a run with that ball.
Jason will certainly try and stay
Back
away
down.
from the head.
Yeah.
That's
No
exactly
need-
what he's doing.
No need to get close. No need to fatten that target up.
I've got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a run at this.
Has to. Did he nominate the burn?
Hasn't yet.
No, he's not. He's drawing. Okay. About Jason's option of maybe playing the backhand, his backhand, and dropping one a couple of meters short on the draw line.
That back ball of Nicky's obviously given him an option. He might just want to cover that bowl of Nic Rustling's. Oh, he's doing that.
Oh, Nic has got a.
What's he doing?
He's drawing. He's got to draw. He thinks there's a little bit of gap there, and he's going to try and. I don't think he's hit
All
it.
on the weight now. Very close. Very close. He's drawn it.
Nic Rustling, you little beauty. You know, I think that whole game was basically spent for that shot. He just said, I'm just going to be here on the rink, and I'm going to wait for the last bowl, and I'm going to pull out an absolute corker and get all the applause from the crowd. Bit of grandstanding there, I think, on Nic's part.
Absolutely. I said he loves playing in this sort of moment, and it's what makes this game so great. I mean, I was interviewing Jason and preparing my questions, and I've got to rethink the whole thing.
Goodness. Sheffield Wednesday, you little beauty.